What is up, you guys? This is Spidey1997, and today we're finally going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Studio Series, Ironhide. And this guy is pretty good for what it is. I really like this Ironhide figure. So, this is probably one of my favorite Ironhide figure out of all the movie from the past, including the Deluxe, the Voyagers, the Leader. This is the definitive Ironhide that I will probably have in my collection. Now, I know we're going to have a Masterpiece coming soon. But for some, I'm not really into the Masterpiece line. I know they look really good and they really look more movie accurate and stuff. But I'm just trying to get figures that I could afford and not expensive ones. But this guy, for what it is, I really like this guy. This guy is probably my favorite. I really like this one. This is probably not the best, but for what it is, I like this Ironhide figure out of all the Ironhide figures that I have in my collection. So if that makes sense. So this is probably the definitive Ironhide that I will have in my collection to date. So let me give you a quick size comparison, because again I can't show you the packaging because I threw them away without noticing that I haven't reviewed these guys. But so I'm sorry about the ratchet packaging, even though it's not ratchet. But anyways, the accessories he comes with are these two cannons. You can see they're really nicely painted, silver painted. A lot of people thought that they mispainted. They probably forgot to paint these, but I've seen a lot of people review this and they all look like this. So I guess that's on accident, or not accident, on purpose, or it could be an accident. Who knows? But maybe the factory didn't paint it all good and everything. But yeah, so for what it is, I still like it. You can see the silver paint right here goes on the back. This one's just gray, so yeah. And the black piece that kind of looks like the truck. But yeah, and you can peg it in vehicle mode if you want. There's a peg right there. You can see there's a peg right here. You just want to peg that in like that, and there you have storage for his cannons, which kind of looks funny. On Ironhide it doesn't look that bad because he has a pickup truck, a GMC top kick. But yeah, so for what the storage that they did for this guy is not bad, but it doesn't look really. I mean, you can keep it like that if you want, but for me it kind of looks funny. So we're just gonna take that off and take a look at this figure. Now, of course, he is a black pickup truck, a GMC 4x4 on both sides. Tail lights are painted. You can see the Autobot symbol on the back. The pipes are painted silver, and they're long, so I like that, because a lot of Ironhide figures had short pipes. Some were not painted, some were painted silver, some were gray plastic. So yeah, black wheels, plastic wheels. You can see the clearance. You can see his feet right here. This looks weird, but it's okay. Autobot symbol on the side of the truck. Yellow paint on the lights on the top of the roof. You can see orange paint on these turn signals. GMC logo right here. The taillights are painted silver. The taillights itself are just black, I think. Yeah, they look black. My only complaint with this vehicle mode is the bumper. I don't remember the bumper being gray in the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're black. So yeah, that's a little bit of a downside to this figure, but it's still good. It would have been nice if they painted these silver, just to give it more detail. More paint, just a little paint like that can make the figure look way better. But you got road armor right there. And that's basically it for this is the bottom, if you want to see the bottom. So that's the bottom. So yeah, so I really like this guy. This guy is my favorite. I really do. I found this guy at Walmart, if you guys want to know. He is rare for some reason. I don't know why he's rare. But I found him at Walmart, and I was like, you know what? Let me get him because he does look nice. I've heard good reviews about this guy. Some people don't like him. Another thing people don't like in at least the robot mode is the bumper is in the middle of the waist. So I'll show you that once I get him in his robot mode. But let me give you a quick size comparison with other past Ironhide figures. Here's the Deluxe Ironhide, and they're really dusty. So I do apologize because these are old figures. I should have dusted them before I did this, but you can tell these are old figures. But yeah, so here's the hunt for the Decepticons. I almost said Optimus. Ironhide, and you can see how small he is compared to this new Voyager Ironhide. So yeah. So here it is. That's the deluxe Ironhide. This is still my favorite Ironhide figure to date. As a deluxe, I really like this one. So you can see a lot of similarities. This one doesn't have the 4x4. This one has less paint, which is a bummer. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think this is Hunt for the Decepticons. I think this is the Scan Series Ironhide that they did for Dark of the Moon. Just Hunt for the Decepticons mold Ironhide, but painted. Yeah, and now that I see this, yeah, this is the Scan Series Ironhide. My bad, guys. I do have the Hunt for the Decepticons, but it's in robot mode. I just realized that. But yeah, this is the Scan Series, if you guys want to know. I did paint it black. It looks really messy. That's why I stopped painting. Because, yeah, this did not look good. You can see there's some clear right here. And yeah, this is the Scan Series. Anyways, back to the review. You get the idea. But yeah, so you can see the Deluxe is pretty small compared to the Voyager. Of course, you would expect that because this is a Deluxe. Another comparison I have is the Dark of the Moon Voyager Ironhide. There's that size comparison. I still like this figure. I just don't like him in his robot mode. The vehicle mode looks nice, but the robot mode looks a little compared to this one. So here's the bottom. And you can see that the Ironhide figures in the past had black bumpers. They don't have gray. So that's why I'm concerned about this bumper right here, because this is gray. The rest that I showed are black. So yeah. And I do have the 2007 Ironhide, but that's in his robot mode. So I'm gonna show you with him in his when he's in robot mode. So yeah. So let me show you that. So to start transforming this Ironhide figure, first you want to do is come right here on the bottom. You just want to start untabbing the door panels on the side of the truck. And I don't want to break it, but you can see there is a tab right here, and there's a hole right there, and there's a peg right there, and there's a hole right there. So once you fold that in, it's supposed to tab it like that. So same thing on the other side. Untab that. Okay, next up, you just want to fold this piece out like that, and you just want to untab this part like that. You can see this has a tab right there, so usually tabs on the window. So yeah, and you can see his head. And now another complaint of mine that people had, or complaint that people had, is the head would be you can see the head through the windshield, but you can actually rotate the head so you don't see it. So that, that it doesn't really bother me. A lot of people didn't like that. But yeah, you can just rotate it and it'll be fine. But you can fold the windshield in like that. And the feet is pretty easy. What you want to do is you want to come up here. There's a gap right there. You just want to untab this. You can see there's a tab right there that will peg. And I'm sorry about this. The lighting really sucks. But there is a tab right there. You can see right there. So that tabs in right where that bumper or the back the tail light is. So yeah, so rotate that. You want to untab the feet. The tabs are pretty tight on this one. There you go. And you just want to start rotating this side of the truck like that. Start folding the feet down. Rotate this all the way down, and then you want to there's a hinge right here. You just want to fold this like that. There's a gap right there. Man, you can't really see, but yeah, you can see a gap right there, and just peg it right there, like so. Same thing on the other side. Rotate it, rotate this down. Just want to fold that in, and of course, fold the wheels in on the bottom of the feet, and there is a tab. Let me see if I can see the tab. Okay, so there's a tab right here, and then it goes right in this rectangle hole right there. So just tab that wheel in, and there you go. There's the feet. Same thing on the other side, and there you go. And you're pretty much done with the feet. The feet are pretty easy. Next up, rotate this crotch piece forward. And then what you want to do is you want to start untabbing this part like that, and then move it forward. Okay, like that. All right. And then you want to fold the bumper piece down and tab this bumper piece in like so. Fold the head outward, fold this chest piece out like that. I'm sorry if you guys really can't get the idea what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people reviewed this guy already, so yeah. And let me just rotate this head before I forget. And then what you want to do is you want to fold, actually, you know what, before we tab that, there is a peg right here that will tab in that hole. Man, you can't really see, but you kind of see it, but it's right there. So you just want to fold that wheel piece in like that. And for some reason, this is giving me a hard time now that I'm reviewing this. Maybe it's because I'm reviewing it on camera, and that's probably why it's more difficult, but I've done this several times and I've never had this problem. So yeah. So you can see there's a tab or a hole right there. Oh, and another thing before I forget, you want to fold this part here. Let's see if I can get this out. Okay, fold this piece. You see this piece right here? You fold that out. You fold that out. Do the other side as well. Okay, like that. Next up, just peg this part in like that, and tab right there, and it should be tab right there. Alright, next up, you can see there's a tab right there that will go on that whole piece right there, so you just want to get that in, and I'll tab it like so. Do the other side as well. Now, I'm sorry if you can't really see this, but you know, you should get the idea of where it should go. Alright, and next up, you fold the head piece down and bring this chest piece in. There's a tab right there that will go into the slot like that. Like so. Okay, then you want to bring the arm down. Rotate the wrist. Okay, bring the arm down. Like that. Okay, and then what you want to do is there is a tab. Where is the tab? Okay, so there's a tab right there. I mean a hole right there, and there's a tab right there. So that's gonna peg it in like that. You can see it right there. Just want to push it in, get a little squeeze, it goes in. Alright. And then you want to fold this part in, and there is a hole right inside this door panel right there, and this will tab in right here. So you just want to fold that in and tab this in. Same thing on the other side. Fold that in, tab it on this part like that. And once you got all that done, there you have Ironhide in his robot mode. And dang, this guy looks sick in his robot mode. I really like this guy. I really, really do. This is probably one of my favorite Ironhide figures. Another thing I don't really like is, of course, this bumper piece. That's a big problem that people have with this figure. This one looks too outward, so, you know, and you can see a lot of hollow space in there. So what I like to do is I just like to fold it in just a little bit, so you can see it goes what the wheel is, just a little bit. Yeah, still right there. So you can still see it, but it's folded in, so it's not as out as it is. But anyways, there you have it. So there you go. And here's the back. The back looks pretty clean. And like I said, guys, this guy's transformation is really not that hard. I'm sorry if it seemed really hard to transform this guy, but really, once you get this guy in person, he's really not that hard. Like I said, I'm just doing this in camera, so it's kind of hard. But once you do it in your own time, then you won't have a hard time transforming this guy. So, anyways, the cannons. You can see the cannons right here. You just untab it right that. There's a tab right there. It goes into this hole right there. So this side has a hole peg, and you just want to peg it in like that. Same thing on the other side. Just tab it in. Okay, and there you have Ironhide with his cannon. Now he looks badass with his cannon. I like that. So yeah. So let me give you the face sculpt or the head sculpt look. This looks really accurate to the movie. I really like this. This is probably the best head sculpt that they do it for Ironhide. Really looks like Ironhide in the movie. The cannons look nice. The feet could have used a little bit more paint. They're just black. You can see some silver piece right here, but mostly just black. It would have been nice if they had it some gold and silver, and it would have been some just to differentiate or just to make it different from all this black on his leg. So you can see all this black on his feet and everything. So it would have been nice if they just added more paint just to like it, just because the black, it looks black, and if you add more paint, it would make it more pop, and you know, it wouldn't look as boring as it is. But for what it is, it still looks nice. So you can still see the back of the taillights of the car and everything, the pipe, the vent, wheels right there. So yeah, really like this guy. I highly recommend this guy. If you guys never had an Ironhide figure in your collection, of course the Bayformer collection or the Bayformer Transformers. A lot of people don't like the Bayformers. I personally like it just because I grew up with them, so that's why I bought them, because this is the character I really like. Sad he died in Dark of the Moon, but it still looks nice. I really like this. It's a good representation of the movie Ironhide. And let me give you a quick size comparison with the original Ironhide from the 2007. Here is the Voyager from 2007. And you can see a big difference on height. You can see this guy looks way better than this one. Nostalgia wise, he's still a great figure. I really like this guy. Just because it has that nostalgic feel to it, and you know, a lot of people had this since when we were kids. We would play with this one, but time has changed, and this now he's the new Voyager, and I like this guy. He really looks like the character from the movie. I really do. The head sculpt looks 10 times better than this one. You can see the head sculpt on this one doesn't look that good. It's a little dusty. Again, it's an old figure. You can see, yeah, the face sculpt looks pretty bad on this one, but you know, it's not bad, but it's not accurate to the movie. And these cannons are not even accurate to this movie. Well, they kind of are, but they have some gimmicks. So yeah, so yeah, so he looks pretty tall compared to this new one, but accuracy wise, this is the one to go for. I wouldn't sell this guy just because of nostalgic, like I said. So if you guys still like this Voyager figure, I would say keep it. I'm probably going to keep this guy in his vehicle mode just because his vehicle mode still looks nice. But I'm probably going to keep this one in vehicle mode, and of course this one in robot mode, because this one looks good in vehicle mode. This one he looks good in vehicle mode, but it's not as good as this one. So yeah, so there's a comparison with the original 2007 Voyager Ironhide. So overall, guys, if you guys haven't noticed yet, I highly recommend this guy. Really good representation of the Ironhide from the movie, and I really do like it. So that's all I have to say, guys. So please, another thing, the articulation the articulation is pretty hindered because of all these pieces, but he does have the typical articulation that Transformers have these days. So yeah, so that's all I have to say, guys. So please comment, subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you really enjoyed this video. And this is Spidey1997 signing out, and have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys.